Hey guys, Jeff with Westcott Designs. We're out here in the beautiful Arizona desert. This is take like 626.9. No, actually, I'm just kidding. Just like to be a funny guy. So this truck here is a 2023 Toyota Tundra. This is the SR5 premium package with tech package. And with the tech package gives you the larger screen, the Softex leather, the dual power seats. This is the platform that we feel works the best on these trucks for when we're gonna build one of these trucks up, so we're not throwing out stuff that we don't need when doing so. I wanna walk around this truck and I just wanna share with you some of the things that we have done to this truck and some of the things that we've designed and the things that we design and why we feel we've taken those to the next step as far as quality goes, and some of the little detail things that maybe a lot of people out there don't notice when they're doing their trucks, on just the little things that really make a big difference. And so we'll walk around the front of the truck here and I'll share with you some of the things in the front of the truck that I feel are some little things. One of them being the light bar here in the center. This is our light bar bracket used on the TRD Pro grill. This light bar bracket here has block off plates on the side corners here. We designed it that way so you couldn't see any of the bolt hardware into the sides of this, and so it really makes a nice clean filler plate on the side, and it allows you still to make some adjustment on it on where you want the beam out front of the truck here. These are an aftermarket pop-in here lights on the top. They're not by us. I can't tell you the brand that they are, but they're an aftermarket. They fit in there really nice. They match the contour on the way they pop in there. I'll actually find out exactly what they are and I'll post that up here with when we put this up, just to let you know what they are. These the fog light brackets here, these bolt into the factory locations. We actually make a bracket that goes on both sides for this, and it still allows a little adjustment. We get them centered up in there so they're nice and clean and tight right up to the front of the fog lights. The front bar here, a couple different options. We make the bar bracket that bolts directly over the reinforcement on the frame here. So it allows us to do so with that, and it bolts right in. There's no whole modifications, drilling or anything like that. We did leave the grill section in there on it, but that can be cut out depending on how you want to run it. We left it in this one. As we move around the side of the truck here, the suspension was switched out on this truck. This has Dobinson suspension in it. We thank Dobinson for getting that for us and allowing us to test that with them. So we try to retain as much as we can as far as the fender liner. We want to try to make, when we do the inside of these fenders, we want to make it look like when you look in there, appearance-wise, that it looks as close to factory as possible without cutting a bunch of stuff out of them. So that's one of the things we spend a lot of time when we're doing these on the liners. When we're running these wheels, the method wheels, this is actually a 37 12.5 on an 18-inch wheel. It is a plus 18 offset. We really like the Nitto tires. The Nitto and Toyo have been really good with us, and we've had really good luck with them. They balance out really well. They're true. We get people to say, oh, you know, I've got a tire and I've balanced that tire and I just can't seem to, it's still got a vibration in it. And a lot of times it's not the balance of the tire, it's actually the tire is out of round. And when you watch it actually on the machine as it goes around, it has a little bit of hop in it. And with that hop is the mold was just out of round when it was done. So really it doesn't matter how good you do to get that thing balanced out, it's still gonna have hop in it, it's still gonna drive like it's out of balance. And we've had really good luck with Nitto, and these are the new Recon grapplers. These Recon grapplers are super nice. When we talk about the wheel well, down in the corners here, we had taken about 1 inch off the front of the safety mount here in the corner. And this is really so if it suffers an impact, that safety mount still works well to keep the tire to push it away from the vehicle. We've done that here on this one. The other thing is we've taken the liner just off the front here, and with taking it off, we've moved it up 1 screw hole up on the top to allow so when this tire turns that we have plenty of clearance there. But we retained all the fender liner here in the back, and all we've done is we've pinned it back in the lower corner here with one of our little buttons into the frame, and there's actually a hole for that. So we did that. The other thing that we did here is down inside here, there is another mount, a square mount that mounts right here. It's got two 13mm screws in it. We removed those, pulled that out, so then it allows the liner to tuck really nice and tight up against the firewall here on the front of the truck. our ditch light brackets. It's one of our favorite things that we've got. It's currently patent pending on this bracket, but if you look, the gap on the bottom of this bracket, it's sucked down as close as we could get it to the roof or to the fender here without actually hitting it. And then when this thing tilts open, it gives us enough room to clear for the fender and then also the windshield on this. This bracket here, the way it's designed, it actually has a gusset that goes from the back side of it all the way down the side of the mount. And what that does is it makes us super secure. You can see here, there's very, very little movement. And these lights are not light. These lights are the 360 and the 6-inch, so they're probably around that 4 to 5 pound. And then they also have an adapt series on these lights that are a little bit heavier yet, and they've got GPS in them. So we needed to make sure that when these things are projecting out, that we don't get any kind of vibration and we don't get any flutter in the light out in the distance. When, especially at higher speeds traveling, you need to be able to get a good view of where you're heading and not have any kind of disruption in the light. So I'm gonna pop open the hood. I just wanna show you some of the things that we focus on, the attention to detail for the wiring and stuff underneath the hood on this truck, how nicely it's done. We mounted over here the main unit to the Switch Pro. You can see we've put conduit on everything. We've put heat shrink on all the lines. We've zip tied everything together so everything runs off. They've all have connectors on every set of wires here. We've heat shrunk all this wiring here as well. And so everything has a route that it runs and everything's kept super nice and clean, even the connectors on the battery on when we do things. We want it to look, as we always talk about, we want everything to look like it came from the factory like this. So all the little attention to detail things that we do to make everything look nice and tight and like it actually belonged there and that we didn't alter it in any way. So it's mounted right here to the top of the fuse panel. It's super secure on here. Some of the fasteners and stuff that we've done on here to just make it look like it blends right in. And then I'm gonna share with you, we've done the Switch Pro on the dash, and the where it's located and the way it's done is just super nice just to go along with this kind of attention to detail. So here we've mounted the Switch Pro. We've run all the wiring through the firewall out through the front. You can see just how nice it is. It's very accessible when you're in the driver's seat for all the buttons, just right there at your fingertip. And the backlighting on it matches the dash. So everything is done really, really nice on this. I wish it was a little darker out. We could share that with you, but just it's super clean how it was installed, all from start to finish on this. Our rock sliders. These are our brand new kick-out rock sliders. These are direct bolt onto the frame. Comes with all the hardware, comes with all the inserts for the bottom of the frame, and they bolt directly up. One of the big things we focus on when we're building our rock sliders is the attention to detail, the styling, how it fits in tight to the body of the vehicle. We keep them as tight up to the body as we can, with still allowing for flex of the frame and the body separately with the rubber mount. But then we were able to follow the contour down here in the front. You can see it matches the contour in the front here, which matches the body line here. They're kept up nice and tight to the body. These are a set of our TIG welded DOM. Our rock sliders for the Tundras, we build these all out of 188 wall DOM tubing, and that's just to make them that much stronger. And on top of that, when we're building them out of the 188 tubing, it's just, this we know is gonna hold up for what we're trying to do with it here on this truck. So these are the 0 degrees DOM TIG welded with top plates. And then we've got our signature bottle opener in the back here, which is one of our things we do on a lot of our stuff, is just our bottle opener is one of our signatures for sure. We also have a rear tube that goes off the kick out back to the frame plate, and then we also do one up in the front as well. And we're doing those just to add for some more support. So if you get this thing caught up on something here and it starts to flex, we've got additional strength built into it with the back tube. These are a set of the rigid chase lights here in the back. They're really bright. They've got backup capability. They are very visible from a long ways away. So we've added a set of those in this truck. This truck has the Dobinson rear shocks. So these are some of the things on this truck that have been done to it. We're working on roof rack. We're working on the bed rack for this truck. Actually, the bed rack is done, but we're working on a full-length bed rack for this truck as of right now that'll match the roof rack that'll go on through the back of this truck. So if there's anything you guys need or have questions on, or if there's any questions you have on anything that we've done to this truck, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Happy to help you in any way. Thanks so much.